veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back. Can you hear me, Kimberly?
Yes.
Wow. Guys, I'm so sorry. StreamYard and my internet these last 2 days has been fooling around on me. I am so sorry. And if I haven't said it, you haven't been here since the new year, we want to say Happy New Year. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, Kimberly. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for the invitation. I'm ready.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, where should we get started? I guess we got to get started with Married at First Sight. Just a few days ago, maybe a week ago, we found out that all 3 of the experts have been fired from Married at First Sight.
Wow. Or is it wow?
Yeah, wow. I mean, like, I don't know what they're gonna do, what's gonna happen with Married at First Sight. Do you have any predictions as to maybe they'll bring back Devon Franklin or any of the past Married at First Sight experts?
That's exactly what I'm thinking, that they're going to bring back somebody that they had been testing along the way. Even, was it Laterris Whitfield? He had been on the after party. So you never know who they may bring on.
Oh, that should be interesting. Yeah, Laterris Whitfield. And he just recently got married
He did.
a few months back. Yeah. So that's really been on our mind. Guys, if you're in the chat, be sure you hit the like button. Come on and subscribe to both Kimberly Reviews and myself, actually Aubrey, podcast. I also wonder, did they have any idea, the three experts, I wonder did they have any idea that this was coming, since they kept them for this first season that we just did, that was in Austin, that was on the Peacock network. I wonder if they thought this was going to last longer, or were they given time to get their house in order? What do you think?
I wonder too, but with change of leadership, there's always the possibility of the staff changing. So I've always noticed that even just in corporate America working, whenever the manager leaves, a lot of times they get rid of the staffing and just bring in new staffing or move staffing around. So with the season transferring to Peacock, they kind of gotta expect that changes will come. And especially since Peacock allows so much cursing, and I believe all of the experts that we were used to, they were, Christians, and so that cursing thing may be an issue too.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, I don't really recall ever hearing any of the experts just, flat out cursing. Do you?
No, I don't. But that was a lot for me to hear on Peacock. It was like, multiple. Every episode, it was tough.
Yeah, who do we recall was doing the most cursing in the Austin season? Was that the military guy, one of the military guys, the one with the bald head?
I guess we could say that, but I feel like everybody was just comfortable with it.
You know what? I just thought about it. It was the lady. What's her name? Patricia, the lady that was married, and she was just overbearing, totally overbearing to her husband.
Oh, Rhonda.
Rhonda, yeah, she cursed all the time. She would curse him out, and it was an F-bomb in every sentence that she had. Oh my goodness. Yes, it was her a lot. I'm trying to remember. I do think the other guy that I'm trying to think of, I can't think of his name. Chad, I think got to the point where he was starting to curse too. He was getting really sick and tired of production.
Yes.
Last season. So
right.
You guys let us know. Jump in. Let us know. What do you think? Ms. Wilson, if you're here, and if you're catching us on the replay, hey Reza, good to see you. Good to see all of our day oneers and new faces as well too. Um, I don't know. You think here's what I'm predicting. I think that they're going to need to bring back the after party. A lot of people
Oh,
this first season on Peacock were complaining that Keisha Knight Pulliam was not there to do the after party, which is where we got a lot of our information from.
very true. And I think it would have been helpful this past season too, since the episodes were shorter and straight to the point. It would have
Hmm.
been very helpful to have that after party input and just
Yes,
help us get a little more information from the cast. So hopefully they'll
yes.
bring it back.
Yes. Okay, now that's a name. I just thought about it. Now, Keisha Knight Pulliam, that's another name to throw to drop into the hat for a new expert.
I,
She is married. She's been, she was divorced her first marriage, but she is remarried, has two children, one with the first husband, one with her current husband.
mhm.
And she seems to be she was very good the previous seasons talking to the castmates and getting them to open up and then even getting them to reflect on what went wrong. So
Right.
could it be possible that they could bring Keisha Knight Pulliam back as an
I
expert?
think so. And would love it. I would enjoy that.
Yes, yes, because I think she would do a good job at really sussing out the information. Because one of the things I think about these last three experts, particularly uh Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, I think, had fallen out of like, how can I say? It was almost like she was there in name only. She really
Mhm.
wasn't active these last couple of seasons that I recall. What do you think? Do you think that she was really active and doing her best job?
I don't think so. She was more so in the background or just there when everyone was there, but she didn't give much input. So I think it may have been her age because I looked somewhere and I think she's like 80. So
Mm-mm.
that could be the issue too. She's been in this game for a long time. What,
A
maybe 60
long,
years?
long time. Yeah, something like that. 60. I remember, yeah, I know it's a long time because I remember being very young myself and reading one of her sociology books that had come out. I think she was like very popular. Like if you remember Dr. Joyce Brothers or the lady that was the hot and heavy time expert back in the day, the little short lady, the little short Jewish lady.
I hear a
Uh
lot of people mention her, but I don't remember any of those names.
yeah, these are people that, I mean, we're going back to like probably like the 80s,
Wow.
90s. They've been
Okay.
around and giving advice and really doing it well, doing a good
Hmm.
job of it. So Dr. Pepper, she was the it girl for several seasons of the
Wow.
show and then well before this. But yeah, I think maybe, health issues. I've heard someone
Hmm.
say there were some possible health issues that she was trying
Yes.
to address, and just maybe just having not having the energy when I think for each decade as we age, I know for myself, I can see the difference, the drop off in energy and other things. It's not always
Hmm.
that way, and I will confess I don't have the haven't had the best diet, but this year I'm working on that. I'm working on a
All
healthier
right.
me. So,
Good, good.
yes, yes, yes. But I was surprised. I will say this. I was surprised that Dr. Pia got thrown out with the other two, with Pastor Calvin and with Dr. Pepper. I thought that Dr. Pia, was a new enough, fresh enough face. Like, they almost could have kept her, but I guess they wanted to have a completely clean slate. What do you think?
I believe so too. And my input, I would assume that they wanted to get rid of Dr. Pepper, but didn't want to cut her alone. So they just cut everybody to make the pain a little lighter. But I hope that they bring back somebody in all the categories. We need the expert, Dr. Pia and her
Hmm.
bedroom talk. We need a
Okay.
pastor. I feel we need a pastor still. And then,
Okay.
someone with their doctorate that can talk more about like I forgot her background, but it was more so like the mental, why people think the way they do. So I
Right.
think I hope
Right.
they keep those categories.
Yes, yes, I agree. I agree. I almost kind of wish out of the old experts that left earlier, I really miss Dr. Viviana. What
Hmm.
she was like, first of all, I missed her fashions. Her fashions were absolutely amazing. Um, I thought she brought some more diversity to it because she is Hispanic,
Mm-hmm.
and just that she had this expertise and she seemed to really be able to suss out the BS and really focus in where things need to be focused. So I thought that she was a good expert the time that she had on Married at First Sight. I'm wondering
Yes.
what the audience, what our community, what they think. Let us know, guys, what you think of Dr. Viviana. I've even heard some people say they would like to bring back and I can't think of her name, but she was the expert in the first couple of seasons, and she fell in love with one of the castmates, one of the
Oh yeah.
yes, her. And they actually ended up down the road, not right away, but I think some years later after the show aired, maybe 3 years or so, they got married themselves because of course, he divorced the TV wife and
Mm-hmm.
married this expert, and they even have a child together too, and they're still married.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't it Jessica, Dr. Jessica?
Yes, yes, that's the one, Dr. Jessica. Yep.
Long time ago.
Long time ago, but I just happened to peep their story because I actually was not watching Married at First Sight during that time. So I, found out about their story and I kept started looking it up and I found them over on, of course, Instagram
Mhm.
and read through some things that she wrote that were on somewhere else on the internet, and she explained herself that she never tried to break up the first original marriage, the Married at First Sight marriage, and that things just
Mhm.
happened after he got divorced. I guess he looked her up or whatever, and you know there you
Yeah.
have it. They
I
fell
would
in
love
love.
to know the full story. I always wonder like how people
Hmm.
just end up in those situations.
I know, right? And she's a whole therapist. That's the other thing about her. She's a whole therapist. Um, Speaking of which, wonder what happened to season before last, or going back 2 seasons ago, Chicago. The young lady who they were cheating on their married spouses with one another from the same show, the castmates.
Oh, I do remember something. Oh goodness.
Mhm.
Oh yes, the swap. Mm.
Yeah, with the Hispanic fellow that was living in his parents' basement and thought that it was just the most cleverest thing. Like you would have thought he was
Yeah.
20 something. He was in his mid late
Yes.
30s.
Wow. Good times.
Good times, yes, good times at Ridgemont High. Hey there, hey, good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in.
Hey. Yes.
What's the
Hello.
name? Do you remember the name of that couple? The Chicago couple? Oh, I cannot
I
think.
want to say I remember David.
David, yes, David and
Was it Madison? I got to get my
Matt,
notes.
yeah, yep, that's it. I think that's it. You got
Okay.
it exactly right. David and Madison. Guys, what did you think about that? Because I hear they're still together and they're doing
No
quite
way.
well. Yeah,
Wow.
surprisingly.
Right, because of the way it was formed. Okay.
They're still together. Say they brought some property. I read up on them every now and then on over on Reddit,
Okay.
social media platform. And then, I think some of our fellow YouTubers have had them on and interviewed them together more recently. So, yeah, they're still
Mhm.
together. Madison and David,
Wow. Well,
the
that's good.
cheaters. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, cheaters are together.
I wonder have they experienced any more of that?
Yeah, yeah, you have to wonder because you know what they say. Some people say once a cheater, always a cheater. So,
Exactly.
I don't know if they, fall out with each other and they go cheat with somebody else. We'll
Mhm.
probably hear about it on social media. Yeah.
Right.
And so now has anyone here, have you guys heard when the start date is for the next season that's going to be filmed on Peacock?
I have not. Looking forward to it though. Hopefully it'll be a
Mhm.
little longer.
Yeah, I hope so too. I really hope it's like I said, they really need to bring back Keisha Knight Pulliam. That's one for me. They need to bring her back. We need to find out who these experts are going to be. And I don't know. I think like you said, yeah, bringing back someone of faith, I will say that someone of
Mhm.
faith, like Pastor Cal
Yes.
was a man of faith.
Mhm.
Although, now I gotta say this, he did us dirty a couple of seasons when he was saying, oh, her being an atheist or agnostic, and him being, you know, staunchly in his Catholicism, things like that. He said, oh, that's okay. Pastor Cal. Come on now, Pastor
Mm.
Cal. That is not what our
That was
Bible
not
says.
okay.
That is not okay. It's not what our Bible teaches us. And no, I don't want to date anyone that's not a Christian. Sorry, not sorry. But
And that's where we need Dr. I'm sorry, Keisha Knight Pulliam, because
yeah,
she would tell the truth.
she
She's like,
would.
that's
And
not
shame the
okay.
devil. Ooh, what? Shame the devil. Don't be over here lying
Right.
on what the word says. I mean, and
Yes.
I'm not saying that's just me personally as a believer, as a Christian woman. People do what they want to do all the time. So we know
Mm-hmm.
that like a Christian can date a non-Christian, a Muslim, marry a Muslim. That's fine. And maybe it does work out. But
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to have somewhere where you have actual boundaries and you tell people the truth, but you tell them it's up to them to decide, though. That's the thing. People can decide for themselves. And there are
Right.
characters where they have different faiths, but
Mm-hmm.
they have managed to make it work. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I'm not wishing anything negative on anyone, but
Right.
I just know for me, I don't want to date a man that's not Christian. I don't want him to be
Same.
yeah, I don't want him to be a non-believer. That's a no-no. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
want him to be another faith because to me that's too much of a difference.
Yes, I agree.
So that's just how I feel. But everybody's entitled to feel and think and believe the way they believe. That's what that's the freedoms that we have. You know, God, I believe, endowed us with those rights of free will, right?
Yes, yes.
So that's fine. Date who you want to date, marry who you want to marry. Go on this
Mhm.
show and get married even.
Right. But will it work out? That's the question.
Will it work out? I mean, I just love when I see Woody and Amani. I see them sometimes online, different videos. They're over here on YouTube too. They have a channel, and so
Mm-hmm.
does Brianna and Vince, and
Mm-hmm.
also Greg and Deanna. These are some of the couples. I mean,
Yes.
there are a few other couples that actually made it out of the nightmare that is known as
Mm-hmm.
MAPS. But
Right.
those are some of the ones that I follow. I do like them. Um, I understand that. Now, guys, I got to tell you, I'm still working on this sharing the screen because I was going to show you guys. If you haven't already seen it, definitely go check it out. The interview that Tamron Hall did with Reverend Pastor Jamal Bryant and his wife, his lovely wife Karen, Carrie. Um, what did you think of this dress that she wore to a very noteworthy event? It was a gala for the HBCU, a fundraiser. They were raising money, and I heard they raised several million dollars. So it was a very successful fundraiser. But now tell me, what did you think of the dress?
Oh my goodness, I could not believe that she was wearing this dress. I wish we had a picture that we could put up because the back and forth has been about it being either see-through or illusion, and we are fully aware that it was an illusion. It was like a nude flesh colored material, but
Hmm.
still the dress was not appropriate. She's a pastor. Dr. Carey is also a pastor. She's a first lady, a Christian, and just all these titles should not wear something that is going to be so revealing. And she is one that's going to wear a tight dress. She's going to show off her cleavage. And I think she just took it to another level with this dress, which was truly inappropriate, in my opinion.
Yes, it definitely was a little much. It was over the top. I'm trying to
Hmm.
see. I don't want to do. I found it and I would do a screen share, but since the internet has been playing some tricky games
Gotcha.
with me, I'm just not going to show it. You guys have seen it. You've been over to Instagram. You've been on Facebook. You guys know you saw. What did you think of the dress? What did you guys think of that dress? It had like a flesh colored lining, and where
Hmm.
the black lace or the black design was not there, there was many pieces and parcels where there was this flesh colored material lining that made it look as if we were looking at her actual skin because it was the
Hmm.
exact same color as her her body, her tone, her arms, her face, everything. They had
Yes.
matched it up perfectly. I think whoever the seamstress was, they had um seamstress it to the nth degree. I mean, the dress was absolutely stunning on her. Wouldn't you say, Kimberly? I thought
Oh
it was
yes,
great.
beautiful. And she always dresses very nice, and she styles herself from what I've seen of her. And I think she said that she wants to throw the dress away now. She said it was still in her closet. But on the Tamron Hall interview, she was like, I don't want to throw it away. I'm like, yeah, because you know it's inappropriate. You're not going to be wearing that again, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully not. I just think the interesting thing was that Pastor Jamal Bryant thought that it was okay. Now she did admit, if you see the Tamron Hall interview, I will say she did admit, and the things are, do look different when you have them on a hanger versus once you
Hmm.
put them on. So she said that
Exactly.
she showed it to her husband. She actually was the one that picked it out. I think you and I had a conversation offline, Kimberly, and
Hmm.
I had made a mistake. I thought that on one spot that I saw him on, that he said that he picked it out, but no, she picked it out. She tried it on, but now when she showed it to him, she showed it to him on a hanger, which could give a different uh point of view or vantage to look at the dress. So if you ever
Yes.
think of, a guy's, even if you think of your clothes, your suit, you have it on a suit on a hanger versus how you look in the suit, it could be like a whole different story. But what
Right.
I thought was that he saw it actually the night that they went to the gala. So I don't know.
Hmm.
I guess at that point, maybe you would think it's probably too late for her to change her mind. But then I think from what you tell me and a little bit I've read up on her, that she loves to dress, she might have had another gala dress in her wardrobe already that she could have worn.
I believe so, because she is known to put pieces together from her closet and
Hmm.
just look great. She is very good. It's like she will catch the eye with her wardrobe. So you can't tell me that she didn't have something already in there, or even she could have, okay, purchased the dress. Thankfully, her husband bought her the dress. Good. It could have been in a different color. All black or silver, gold. There are so many other things that could have been incorporated in the dress outside of it being the flesh colored or the nude, whatever. It could have been all black. And that would have been fine, still a little revealing, but not as bad as this nude illusion.
Oh, right. Thanks. We got Miss Iffy, another content creator. I don't know if you're familiar with her, Kimberly Reviews, but she's also, I met her through our girl Janice Hilton, right?
Okay.
All right, so she says that dress was all about clout chasing. These church folks are too busy about a dress when they should be mad about him having affairs and causing more broken homes as always. Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Yes, he's known to been in the past to have been a little bit of a what do we call that? A philanderer, I guess.
A Rolling Stone.
Yes, a rolling stone girl, rolling, 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 rolling. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
I wasn't surprised so much about him suggesting the dress. I was surprised that she actually went with it, because this is him all day. This is his thing. He, like she said, he
Mhm.
loves to catch the attention and do the wow
Yes.
factor. So no surprise there. But I thought Dr. Carey, his wife, would have brought him back down to earth and be like, "No, I'm not wearing that."
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a little much. And they said, well, they weren't anticipating all of this response. But
mm,
to what Miss Iffy is saying, yes, Miss Iffy, I think there are certain people, um, and I like to call them peacocks. They don't care. They like attention. They're very
mhm.
flashy.
Yes.
Uh, I got a word. I'm not sure if this is him, but for some pastors, very few, but some that I've seen, I like to call them pimpalicious pastors. Okay.
Oh goodness.
Now I don't know if that's him. If his spirit convicts him, then maybe that is
Hmm.
him. But they're showy. They're very showy. They strut around like peacocks. And then, like you say, you even have the wife to wear something that they know is going to get. They don't care whether attention is good or bad. These are people, they don't care. They seem to think that infamous is the same as famous, and it's not.
Mm.
You know, we gotta person up in office that's like that. They don't care what
Yes.
the attention is, good or bad. They just want attention. Like a little, to me, it's like a toddler. You know, a
Right.
kid, a little young kid. They will
Yes.
do something, and maybe they try something, good or sweet. They go pull a flower out the garden, and they give it, mommy, mommy, look at this. This is for you. This is for you, dad. And
Hmm.
sometimes we as parents, we're busy, and we're like, oh, that's nice. We get a cup, we put the flower. That's not enough attention. So now they go outside and they break something, and they say, mommy, come look and see what I broke. Those are to me are like the Jamal Bryants of the world. They don't
Yeah.
care if the attention is bad. They don't care.
Hmm.
They just it's like oxygen for them. They need
Hmm.
oxygen. They need this attention to even serve.
Yes, so true. Oh, I think the internet went out again. But I think there are many content creators that have touched on the points that Miss Iffy made too about the affairs and broken homes, which is so sad. I agree, and it needs to be brought out more. But I would love some kind of a lie detector test or something
Hello.
because Dr. Bryant. Okay, I think you're back.
Okay. Yes, I'm back. Now go ahead. I can hear you.
Yeah, Dr. Bryant doesn't claim all the children, so it's kind of like his word against others. And I would love him to do a lie detector test or something about them.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I missed something. Go back to tell me about the wife, Dr. Carrie Bryant. What were you saying? Something about she doesn't claim what now? I didn't hear it all.
Oh, I was just saying, I was going back to Miss Iffy's comment, and I was saying that I agree. I think some content creators have touched on the affairs and the broken homes, which is very sad. But I said I wish that there could be some kind of lie detector test that Dr. Jamal Bryant could take because he doesn't claim the children. So whose word are we going to believe? He is the other women because we do know how easy it is to pin a baby on a man. I've
Oh,
seen people do that multiple
okay.
times.
Oh,
But
okay.
I
About the
wish that he,
children. Hmm.
yes, yeah. So it is sad. The broken homes part is sad. And I think it has been discussed widespread. At least the people I follow have discussed it just as much as they've discussed the dress.
Oh, okay. Now, yeah, I hadn't heard anything recently about his infidelities and the children that were born outside of his wife, Giselle, who's also on Real Housewives of
Hmm.
Potomac. He has three girls with her, identical twins and an older daughter. So there's three there. But I have heard that there are children out there that, like you said, the women are claiming that
Yep.
those are his children. Um, I think if anyone has went down to the courthouse, because he would definitely be paying me child support if we had a
Me
baby
too.
together, a child. You gonna take care of this child, so you're not
Yeah.
getting off of that. So I don't know how he's able to get around, but maybe with him being a public figure and all, he's worked it out with his attorneys where he agreed to take the test, seal the document so that his name is not put on the child's birth certificate, but he still financially supports them, even though he may not see them or spend time with them,
Hmm.
which is terrible. Which is
Right.
absolutely terrible. We've got enough broken homes where fathers aren't spending time with their children and helping
Hmm.
to raise them and give them the balance
Right.
of the feminine and the masculine perspective. That's really sad. So
Yeah.
if that's true, I don't know. That's a
Hmm.
good one, Miss Iffy. That's a good one.
Hmm.
I wish I know. You could have came up and been up here with us. That would have been great. But she's
Yes.
very well informed. Now, Miss Iffy lives over in the UK in London,
Oh, cool.
but she is very well informed of American uh things that are going on, events that are very popular in the news. Um,
Hmm.
is there anything else that you would like to say about either of these situations about Married at First Sight? We and anybody again, we're asking, and Miss Iffy, if you know, let us know, when is the next season going to be on of Married at First Sight? I'm ready for it because
Me
Ready
too.
to Love is about to end in a few weeks, so we need another show.
Oh, wow. How is that going? I hope it's going good.
It is. It's going well. It really is. It's going well. I will say the cast that they picked out for Detroit for my season. Shout out to Detroit, Motor City, right? Motown.
Hmm.
I think the cast is very interesting. I don't know about all the if they made the best connections this season, or people really connected with each other like we would have liked for them to. But it
Mm-hmm.
has definitely been a lot of talking points on Ready to Love. We talk about that. That is JR and I, and Ron Freeman comes on frequently. And on Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 11:30 if you're over in the UK, we cover a lot of Ready to Love. We cover it all, and we're going to be covering coming up the walk to the bridge and the reunion. So um, definitely come back and check us out. Let's see. Miss Iffy's got one more
Awesome.
comment. She said she looks stunning, and according to
Yes.
them, they raised a lot of money for. Now I think it was not for the church. I think it was actually for historically Black colleges and universities.
Yes.
Um, for the church. The church itself raised a lot of money, but is all the money clean money, and does it benefit for the good work the church does? That's a good question. That is a good
Mm-hmm.
question. What do you think? Any comments on that, Kimberly?
No, I agree. It's not all about just trying to get the wow factor to get the money in. How are you
Mhm.
changing lives? Are you impacting others with your word and the way you live, how you portray yourself to others? I think that speaks more than your words. Are your actions lining up with what the Bible says? The Bible says we should be modest. Are you
Yes,
being modest? It's not. So it's not worth if you're raising millions if you're still leading people to hell.
that's true. I think that is very true. And she brings up, you bring up a very good point yourself, Kimberly. Um, I don't know. That's a good question. Does it benefit the good work that the church does? That's a very good question, Miss Iffy. I guess from if I'm looking at it, I'm just trying to put myself into Pastor Jamal Bryant's perspective, and I think for him, I think he and his wife hit a home run, because what I'm guessing is that meant there were probably even more people in the Sunday service that Sunday, and probably for the next several weeks they'll be coming because they're curious. They'll probably be curious to see what his wife wears to church on a regular Sunday, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then that will bring them in to hear him preach, hopefully, and maybe spread the gospel, spread the word, the good news, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I'm very particular about churches that I like to attend, or churches that I become a member of.
Mm-hmm.
I really like to see, not just hear, but I like to see, and nobody's saying that like any of us on this earth are perfect, right? But I like
Right.
to see a pastor and his family, wife or children, trying to live a life that serves God, that looks
Exactly.
like they're trying to do the right thing. They're gonna make some
Yes.
mistakes. They're gonna
Right.
make some oopsies or some slip ups. And then, but here's the thing about it: a man of God and a woman of God, when you make those mistakes, you have to reflect, and then you have to come back and explain and clarify. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
made a mistake with that dress. Me and my wife, we thought this dress looked really good, but we realized that it wasn't modest. It could have led some people to think certain thoughts about her, or to
Mm-hmm.
maybe even get get excited, for men to get excited to see her in that dress.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Yeah.
a very beautiful, curvaceous woman, and she looked good in that.
Very.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
not knocking the dress on the credit of the dress alone, but as a believer, I would like to think, I don't think that I would wear something like that out. Now,
No.
something like that, if I got it and I want to wear it at home for my husband, that's a whole different
Mm-hmm.
story. That ain't none of y'all business, right?
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
what kind of lingerie, what kind of costumes,
Mm-hmm.
how we get down, that's none of you guys' business. But once I wear it outside my house to a big event that's being covered by the news media and photographers are
Mm-hmm.
there, of course people are
Yes.
gonna talk and they're gonna take pictures, and then it's gonna end up being a thing. But I don't, fortunately for me, I think I'm glad about it too. I don't crave that kind of attention like that. I just
Same.
don't.
Yeah. And Dr.
So
Jamal even said it himself when she walked out in the dress, he didn't even want to leave home. So what do you think is going to cause others to do? Lust.
exactly. That, yeah, I saw that. He said I didn't want to leave. He said, "Do we have to go?" So he was lusting in his mind already, but that's his wife. So that's considered fine in God's eyes. That's fine.
Right.
You're supposed to like the way your wife, your spouse, your husband look. He looked good
Mm-hmm.
to you. That's why you picked him. That's one of the reasons, not the only reason, but he looked good
Mm-hmm.
to you. You were attracted to him.
Right.
God wants marriage to be exciting, for you to enjoy your partner. God wants that, I believe. But
Yes.
for other men to just look at your wife and be like thinking some of them same thoughts that he was probably having,
Mm-hmm.
why would you want
It's
another
not
man to
good.
lust after your wife like that?
And that's what it seems that he wanted. He went and picked the one he's gonna lust after, and that's just what he got.
Well, let me say this. Let me ask our viewers. Let me take this off the screen. Let me ask our viewers, you guys watching, if you're the replay crew or what have you not. I want to know, did you guys hear he was interviewed and he said something to her. Now I'm gonna paraphrase it because I don't remember his exact words, but he told her that when she got there, he wanted her to just shake her box. That's the way I remember, shake her box. So now you guys, we all know, us grown folks, y'all know what a box is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I was like, he's like pimping her out almost when he said that. That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's why I said it's no surprise for Dr.
Mm,
Jamal Bryant. This is his normal behavior. I
yep.
was surprised that Dr. Carrie Bryant went with it.
Yes. I can imagine, okay, this is me now. Um, I can imagine, I'm gonna go ahead and step out and say this. Is the guy and then you know what? No, never mind. I'm not gonna say it right now. I'm not gonna say it. I may come back later and share this with our audience.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's about somebody else that's on this platform, and I feel like he took a wife, and I wouldn't be surprised if he tells her to do something like that.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
I
I
know
feel
you
like
do.
it.
We already mentioned him in this podcast.
Okay, I got you. I believe
We
he did
mentioned
it
him.
too. He did the same thing. He chose someone that he could show off. He
Yes,
did.
yes, he
And
did.
she's already been switching and twitching and showing off.
Not the. Oh, you sound like my mother. My mother used to say that about the girls, little fast tail girls, switching and twitching.
Uh-huh.
That's hilarious. Okay, guys. Well, anything else you want to add to this before we shimmy and shake on out of here tonight?
Oh, well, we're just going to miss the maps expert, but looking forward to seeing which way they go with the new experts. And thank you
Yeah.
all for supporting us always. Happy New Year.
Yeah, happy new year. Thank you for supporting us. Absolutely. Again, sorry, my apologies. I'm going to get my computer skills up this year. I didn't make any resolutions for this new year, and I'm not going to. But
Okay.
I'm just making some plans, and I promise you guys, I promise you, my right hand to God right now. I got my hand up in to God. I am going to work on my technology skills because this StreamYard and YouTube is constantly changing every week, every month. There's something new they're adding, or there's something old. Like screen sharing is not something brand new, but
Mhm.
I promise you, I'm going to work on it and get better and figure out because it was playing for me earlier when I did the test run, and then of course
Okay.
Kimberly was getting on the line and we were about to go live is when all of a sudden it went, you know where that place to
Yeah.
check in a handbasket. It was not.
Got it.
So I said, well, let's just come on and talk to the people without all the extras, but we want to have those extras next time when you come. So I promise you, I'm going to do better. Kimberly's always excellent. And I thank her.
Oh,
I want to thank
thank
her
you.
again for, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
and Kimberly, before we get out of here too, tell the people where they can find you and what type of, commentary and what type of topics that you cover on your platforms.
Oh, yes. Please come find me, Kimberly Reviews, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And I love to post about my travels. I love traveling. I'm traveling almost monthly. I also like to talk about debt freedom and budgeting and dating relationships. So come over, stop by, and say hi, Kimberly Reviews. Thank you.
Mm, at you. You done got so good. I'm trying to type something in real quick. You done got so good that you got it down to 30 seconds. Okay.
All right now, my elevator pitch.
Yes, your elevator pitch, you've gotten really good. Well, I'm actually already, of course, I'm here on YouTube, as you guys know, also over on TikTok, also on the Gram and Facebook. So come over and check me out, follow, friend me, and let's go from there. Okay. Look forward to seeing you guys once again on Sunday at 6:30. We'll be back with Ready to Love. And that's it for now, guys. We're shimmy and shaking on out of here, right, Kimberly?
Oh, yes. Take care.
Take care.